Hi, and welcome back to YSPN. I'm Stephen Horn alongside Neil Horowitz.
It was a great weekend for Yale sports. A lot of exciting games to look at. Hope you guys were there checking it all out. But let's start out with the most exciting sport of the weekend, men's basketball.
After defeating both Harvard and Dartmouth the weekend before, Yale had the tough task of playing both Penn and Princeton this past weekend. Alumni Alex Gamboa and Chris Leandro were at hand to witness, well, something they were not expecting as Yale played very well. Take a look.
This game got off to a rocky start as Kyle Kantz nails this three for Princeton. Princeton just was not missing their three-pointers early as Kyle Kantz once again right here nails another three-pointer. Princeton led 14-3 early in this one. Then Yale cuts the lead down on this Eric Flato falling over jumper as they make it 14-7 right here. And leave it to Casey Hughes to electrify the crowd while cutting the lead to 17-16 right here. Yale entered half down 24-22. The second half was all about defense as Casey Hughes takes away the ball right here and slams it home to electrify the crowd and tie the game up at 24-all to start the second half. Caleb Holmes would add to Princeton's misery as he knocks down the three-pointer here to make the score 33-26 Yale. And then Casey Hughes, as he did all day long, would once again come up with a huge dunk on this alley-oop from Caleb Holmes to make the score 35-28. The Yale crowd went home happy tonight as Yale went on to win the game 43-35 behind great defense by Travis Pinnock and Casey Hughes. Princeton shot a measly 4 of 24 from the field in the second half, including 2 of 12 three-point shooting. Pinnock led the way with 10 boards off the bench, while Flato led the way with 12 points for Yale. All in all, an impressive effort as Yale improved to 4-1 in the Ivy Leagues as they went into Saturday night's game against University of Pennsylvania. The game against Penn was all about Casey Hughes once again as he steals away the ball here in the first half and dunks it home for an 11-6 Yale lead early on in the first half. Casey Hughes would continue his dominance in this game as Yale trailed 20-15 here, but Casey would drive it in and fade away to pull the game within 20-17. But that's not all this man would do, as right here he would show the Ivy League Player of the Year last year a few things about defense as he steals the ball away and takes it all the way home for the dunk to pull the game to 20-19 Penn. Tied 31-all toward the end of the first half. Yale won an amazing 9-0 run sparked by Eric Flato, who made a three-pointer right here. However, it looked like Penn may have stopped this run as they had a three-point opportunity here where Matt Kyle fouled him. However, Penn missed 1, 2, 3 free throws. And then Yale took the ball down court and Eric Flato's three-pointer right here made it a 6-point turnaround as Yale made this three-pointer and went into halftime leading 40-33. It looked as if Penn would climb back into this game with E.B. Jabber's dunk right here. However, Eric Flato wasn't going to let that happen as he knocks down the three-pointer here to make the score 57-45 Yale. Yale would continue their dominance in the second half even more as Caleb Holmes knocks down a three right here to make the score 65-55 Yale. Yale went on to win the game 77-68 behind Casey Hughes' 15 points, 13 rebounds, Eric Flato's 21 points, and Caleb Holmes' 17 points. It was a great game by Yale, although Penn's 8 of 21 free throw shooting performance helped them in this victory. Yale pulled to first place in the Ivy Leagues with a 5-1 Ivy League record after this win.
Huge victories for Yale as they defeated both Penn and Princeton to improve to 5-1 in the Ivy Leagues and take sole possession of first place. What were the keys to victory, Neil?
Well, he's a New Haven native. He's been waiting for this all 4 years. Casey Hughes went nuts this weekend. This is the way Coach Jones has been waiting for him to play all year, and he just led this offense and defense into a great weekend.
Yeah, just as you said, he told us before the season that this season he was going to let loose, show us a little something extra, and he really did this weekend as he just lit up both Penn and Princeton. 15 points, 13 rebounds against Penn. E.B. Jabber, move over. I think Casey Hughes may be the top player in the Ivy Leagues.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, we held Princeton to 16.7% shooting in the second half. When you do that, you're going to win ball games. This is how we're going to win a title this year.
Exactly. And, anytime you play Princeton, as avid Ivy League fans will know, it's not going to be pretty, but Yale played their style of game. They played defense, and they won the game. And then against Penn, they executed perfectly on offense. They got a little help by Penn only making 9 of 21 free throws, but whatever it takes to win, Yale did it, and they're looking great right now.
Oh, and you got to love the dog pound right now, too. We're going nuts out there.
The crowd loves it. The players love it. Yale's got a chance this year, and we'll keep watching them for the rest of the season.
So while the basketball team was just tearing it up on the hardwood floor and John J. Lee, down at Cox Cage, the track and field teams were performing great in the Geekengack Invitational. Biggest news of the weekend, of course, John Langhauser, Morse 07, fellow Morser with me, broke a 57-year-old record formerly held by Jim Fuchs in the shot put. The kid threw it 17.88 meters to break the record, and he's inked in the books for good now. But beyond Langhauser, also some great performances. Jake Gallagher, Tarico Callaghan, and Mirat Kayali all ran at great times of the mile to qualify for the IC4As. Also, Samuel Fox won the high jump, and of course, you can't forget about Langhauser winning the shot put. On the women's side, not to be outdone, Lindsay Donaldson, she's done with cross country now, but she's back and going strong in track. She was second in the mile, also qualified for the IC4As. Meanwhile, her teammates Ashley Nolet was second in the pole vault, and Allison Rinderly was fifth in 300 meters. So the track teams hope to take their momentum from the Geekengack Invitational into next weekend when they will be at the HYPs, to hopefully represent Yale well in the Ivy League.
Great weekend for track and field, Neil. Well, moving to women's tennis, after starting the season 0-2 with losses to Syracuse and Maryland, women's tennis played Quinnipiac this past Sunday. Well, they came out with a 6-1 victory, and Coach Rund was very happy with the way the team played, as Kim and Reed both came away with huge singles victories for the women's team. Moving to men's tennis. Men's tennis opened their season last weekend against Minnesota and Drake. In both matches, Yale fell 4-3. In the match against Drake, they had 3 tough reset losses at number 1, 2, and 3 singles. Against Minnesota, even though number 1 singles player Brandon Wide took out the 77th ranked player in the country, the men's team fell. Next weekend, men's tennis plays Army away.